Another thing I wanted to show you was the idea of making adjustments to an image, first destructively and then some non-destructive techniques, which will allow us to deploy masks and such. So check this out. Under image adjustments, you'll see all kinds of choices, including invert, for instance. Invert, Command I. You could think of that as a non-destructive change because you can always just re-invert. But the other ones there are destructive. So for instance, levels, we looked at this once in class. If you alter the middle point, you shift the light and dark of the image without shifting the black and white points. Or if you shift this, you're blackening everything from there over is turning black. This value darker goes black. If you shift the white point, everything from there up, all those lighter values turn to white. So you have a high contrast image potential, which can mess with the colors in dramatic ways, which you might be interested in, but often it's just that you want to use this to subtly either lighten or darken an image, or to do what we call screening back an image. By changing the bottom area here, you narrow the value range. So now what was black is now going to be this gray. They might be doing that if you want to say put some black text over an image. So now there won't be as much competing contrast with the image. Likewise, you can limit the value range this way by saying the lightest light, what was white is now going to be no lighter than this. It sets everything down. So if you were to want to put, say, white text over the top of that. Anyhow, whatever I end up doing here, the OK button indicates that it's a destructive change. What do I mean by that? Well, if I go back to adjustments, levels, Command L, you can see I've altered the image. I've gotten rid of that fidelity and I no longer have the ability to get it back. So that's why we call it destructive. So I'm going to undo that step and remind you, if I haven't shown you yet, about adjustment layers. Under the layer palette, you see new adjustment layer. Levels is an option. That brings up this window. It gives you a chance to limit it to just this particular layer. And once you do that, instead of seeing the dialog box with the OK sign, you see this Properties tab open. You have the same choices, but you now don't make a destructive change to your image. So let's say I just close that. Here I see my new adjustment layer, which is something I can turn on and off. I can double click here to get the editor back up under Properties. So I can return it to the way it was in the first place. So non-destructive. Can also add a mask. So we'll talk about that in a minute.